Welcome back, everybody. What we're doing today is changing out the alternator, which is a stock 105 amp unit, I believe, to this unit from A-Team. I bought this on Amazon, but this is a let's see, it's just AD244, I believe, style alternator. It's one of the ones that's a you can use it on the GM53, 6-liter, stuff like that. It's a direct swap over. I just bought one new from them. Gave me a little sheet for it. Tells me how to test it out and all that good stuff. So let's see. Amp 250 amps. The maximum output. So not too bad. Much over 100 amp increase. So first things first, obviously, disconnect your positive leads. Top, and I got two of them here, this one, so they're gone. Now we're going to take the serpentine belt off, get this alternator off of here, and clean it up a little bit, and then we'll start working on getting that one in. This is a quick job. It should only take you, like, if you're pretty mechanic savvy, it'll take you about a half hour or so at most. So I'll be back in just a minute. I don't have a tripod or anything to set this on, so we're just going to go from here. Alright, so you got your positive leads off. Got your serpentine belt off because we're going to be putting a new one on. It's a little bit different size. If you look back here, there's your positive lead from the alternator. Now I've got two of them on there because I got an upgraded wire. That's going to come off, and then there's a plug right there. That's going to come unplugged. A bolt there, and two on the bottom, and it should come right out of there. So we'll be right back after we get that off. Alright, so we got the alternator out, and it happened to be, there's a sticker on it, it was a 100 amp unit. And it might have been the original one to this truck. But you're going to be left over with this bracket right here. This bracket will no longer be used, but it does hold up this here. This is attached, it's all the same piece. So you got to figure out what you want to do with that. Do you want to bend this, cut this off, whatever, but it bolts to here, and that's what supports all these hoses. So I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with it, and then I'll come back. Alright, so what I ended up doing is I ended up just pushing it back because I figured it was a good place to secure wiring or something too if I needed to. So I just bent it back enough to clear the bigger cased alternator, and so far as you can see, it drops right into place, clears everything else. So we're gonna get some bolts in this thing and get her secured. I'll be right back. Alright, so we've got our 250 amp alternator installed, almost all the way bolted in. All the wires are reconnected. This is the factory plug from the other alternator, goes right into this one. I got my heavy duty alternator feed or fused right there. Factory one's hooked up. So let's get some extra grounds on this guy. Alright, here we go. All finished up and installed. 250 amp alternator onto a 4.3. This is the big alternator off the 5.3 or 6.0 GM. Plugged in with all the factory wiring. Again, you will lose the attachment point back here, but you do not need it. I did add a new case ground to negative on the battery, a new body to negative posts, all 4-gauge OFC copper, and then I added a new, you see it there running down there, 4-gauge OFC copper wire to the frame. So I grounded what did quote unquote the big three, and then the two wires. This is your wire on the right there, is the one running to the alternator for the feed for OFC, and then that one runs inside the cab for my radios and lights and stuff. So there you have it. Really simple, really easy. Took somewhat around about a half an hour or so. The belt is a 986 K6. 986 K6. It'll be the one that you want. 986 K6. Alternator is the big case alternator from the 5.3 liter or 6.0 liter GM. And that's that, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. And you know what? I will fire it up and show you output here in just a second. Alright, let's fire it up, make sure she makes the necessary 14 volts. Weather stripping fix. Video coming on that too. Alright. Happy there. ABS wire broke off on me, so I gotta get that changed. There we go. Happy. All in, I think this mod with the wire and everything was about $200 is all in. I got the wire from a friend of mine, so otherwise it'd be a little bit more than that. But the alternator itself, I believe, was 100 and change. It wasn't terribly expensive for a brand new one. Now you can pull these out of a junkyard. I just went with a brand new one and a brand new belt. So, alright folks, well I appreciate you watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and we'll see you next time.